They thought they could slow it down. They thought they could take out Mario and keep him from getting to that princess, like Bowser, protecting the castle. The media and the commentary class, they all thought that audiences wouldn't respond if they just simply put out bad reviews and kept people from going to the theaters right away. Yet that is not what has occurred. Mario is a phenomenon, and it now stands to reason it has a shot at being the biggest animated feature film of all time. And Hollywood is trying to catch up, change their story, change their course, revise what they were all up to, and they still can't figure it out. Explaining entertainment, keeping you ahead of the culture curve. It's what we try to do each and every day here on the WDW Pro channel. We are one of the only places out there that was telling you that the Mario movie had a shot at having the high score among all animated feature films. Yet here we are. It has come to pass. We are now headed, with Japan and South Korea coming online soon, we're now headed towards this movie having a shot to take down all of Disney's biggest animated films. It's a very big deal, but Hollywood is trying to go back and revise what they were saying. They need to get the story worked out a little bit in their favor. It's just too bad we have the receipts. Now, today's video is going to be a little bit short. You may have noticed that this morning I put out a video that's over an hour long, breaking down some rumors. I can't verify those, but they come from sources that are very high level and that have provided us with incredibly accurate information in the past regarding Lucasfilm and Star Wars. And I have to say that putting out content like that, I understand that it does well. People enjoy watching it. They want to know the truth, but it's a little tiring to me just simply because I hate to report on things that bother people. You know, I hate to come out and say, well, the thing that you love so much is being treated so poorly. That's not enjoyable. Telling the truth is enjoyable, I suppose, but, well, it is. But at the same time, you want to have good, positive, happy news to talk about. And today, that's what we're doing. So let's read some articles, and I want to show you how Hollywood is attempting to revise their old positions when it comes to the Mario's movies. If we look at this News 3 LV, this is out of Vegas, this article by Zachary Rogers, the original Super Mario Brothers actor boycotting new Mario over lack of Latino cast members. This came out April 10th as the movie was releasing. Actor John Leguizamo reportedly won't see Nintendo and Illumination's new Super Mario Brothers movie over the lack of Latino voice actors in its cast. The new Super Mario Brothers movie is an animated feature with actors Chris Pratt and Charlie Day voicing the film's main heroes, Mario and Luigi, in the 1993 live-action Super Mario Brothers. On Wednesday, the day before the new Mario movie was set to hit theaters, Leguizamo was interviewed by TMZ on the streets of New York City, and here was his quote. "No, I will not be watching Super Mario Brothers," he told TMZ. "They could have included a Latin character like I was groundbreaking, and they stopped the groundbreaking. They messed up the inclusion, they disincluded." Well, that was his position then, back when it seemed popular in Hollywood and in the mainstream to dump on this movie, let's say. Now, how do they feel? This, now from April 21st, 3 days ago, John Leguizamo says he'd consider a role in a Super Mario Brothers movie sequel if they do the right thing and make it more inclusive. So now, boycott the first one, but yeah, I'd get paid for them. Yeah, I would take money. Sure, I would be in it. Absolutely. He says, I know it's a big hit, but that doesn't make it okay. So, this is just funny to me. This from Insider, this by Palmer Hosh, but Leguizamo changing that tune like so much of Hollywood, ready to make amends with Mario now that it's super, super duper popular. Then we go over here, this from ScreenRant by Brennan Klein. Super Mario Brothers movie could end up with fresh Rotten Tomato score, despite early bad reviews. How about that? The Super Mario Brothers movie debuted with a Rotten Tomato score, but as time has passed, it has crept ever closer to a fresh rating. That's right, Mario. When you first came out, we had all of those critics. Remember? I mean, we did videos on this. The critics just absolutely hated this film. They didn't like that Bowser was a bad guy who wanted to do bad things, that being force Princess Peach to marry him, that ancient trope that's been around in storytelling for thousands of years. But they did not like that. They did not like that this was not Shakespeare, that it was a simple concept. And so it was pummeled by the critics before the audiences responded. And we've seen since then all of Hollywood trying to adjust. Here's what happened. The Super Mario Brothers movie is creeping ever closer to an officially fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes. Surprise, surprise. The film, which is a collaboration between Nintendo and Despicable Me company Illumination Entertainment, is the first American theatrical feature to adapt the Mario games since the 1993 live-action flop, Super Mario Brothers. It goes on to tell who stars in it. You guys know that. When it premiered, the Super Mario Brothers movie Rotten Tomatoes score was firmly rotten at 53%. However, Rotten Tomatoes has been updating the page with new reviews. Don't you love it? As more and more critics share their thoughts on the film, and it has now increased to 59%. The film is just 1 percentage point from being officially fresh at 60%, something that requires just 2 or 3 more positive reviews. By the way, I bet they can get there, and I also bet that since the movie launched, and since they needed all of those reviews to slowly tick this thing up, I'm betting that all of those reviews have been positive as they attempt to fix this problem they've created, where they are no longer in line with audiences and they need to be in order to stay relevant.
Make sure to catch The Pro Show Thursdays 5 to 7 Eastern Time. Entertainment Explained, The Culture Curve Conquered, live with Pro and all his friends.
Considering how many reviews new wide-release movies get in the first month of their run, it's entirely possible that the Super Mario Brothers movie could become officially fresh. However, the reverse is also true. If the bulk of those new reviews turn out to be negative, yeah, right. Regardless of what happens with the official score on the critical side, the film is a bona fide success commercially. And that's really the bottom line here, is that the reviewers now, the Rotten Tomatoes people, they want to get on the same side as the audience because the audience reigns supreme. How supreme does the audience reign? Well, let's take a look at this article from Deadline by Nancy Tartaglione. Super Mario Brothers speeds towards 900 million worldwide, and it's insane. You've got to remember that this movie is now doing Top Gun Maverick style holds, but it had a bigger launch than Top Gun Maverick. It is just tremendous, and now we are going into Japan and South Korea's Golden Week when it will launch. I suspect that the delay that they've had to wait to get this movie will not dampen their enthusiasm, but will rather increase it as they are excited now to get the movie in their own languages. Here we go. The Super Mario Brothers movie continues its global domination, now with an estimated 871.8 million through Sunday. Of that, 437 million is from the international box office. The next worldwide benchmark of 900 million will follow in the next days. It's only a matter of time for the brothers to get to 1 billion, particularly as Korea and Japan are due to release this week. By the way, folks, it may do it before we even get to Korea and Japan having their release. And at that point, if you assume that it's going to make 250 million maybe, then this film will be in the top 5 of all animated feature films of all time. And then with that in the view of Mario, right, he will be very close to grabbing that final flagpole and getting the number 1 spot, because you have to assume that surely, given the holds this movie is having, that Mario can leg out and pull in perhaps another $200-300 million, putting it probably on pace to land somewhere between $1.5 and $1.6 billion total. A crazy number, but most people don't expect that until they realize that Japan and South Korea, they're excited about Mario, and they don't have Mario yet. Along with the domestic milestone, Super Mario Brothers is the biggest release of 2023 at the global and international box office. It's the number 2 animated film worldwide since 2019. And again, folks, 18 days out there. It's being compared to movies that had full releases worldwide, their full runs, and it's beating them in 18 days with a limited release, not in its biggest secondary territory. The number 2 animated studio release since 2019 overseas, the number 6 biggest Universal animated film of all time globally. It'll be number 1 soon. And the number 7 studio movie released since 2019 globally. This week, it surpassed Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, No Time to Die, The Batman, and Thor: Love and Thunder. Of the top 10 studio titles released since 2019, Universal has 4 of them globally and 5 of the top 10 internationally. Here's some other really cool things. These are so cool. In Mexico, Super Mario surpassed the lifetime of Coco. That's just unbelievable. I mean, really, folks, if you understand how big Coco was in Mexico, that's unbelievable. Let's say it again. In Mexico, Super Mario Brothers surpassed the lifetime of Coco to become the number 2 biggest studio animation ever, just behind Toy Story 4. It'll beat that. And the number 5 biggest movie ever, the 5th biggest movie ever in Mexico in 18 days. Oh my gosh. France, it's the same thing. It goes through, it starts talking about all these different countries. It's the same thing. We don't have to go through all of this. You just need to know that Super Mario Brothers has completely rewritten the playbook. It has changed the way that Hollywood studios will have to now participate with the audience. They're going to have to give the audience what they want because nobody wants to take these losses like what we've seen with Disney. Nobody wants to do Strange World. Nobody wants to do a Lightyear. Nobody wants to have $200 million production budgets and watch those go up in smoke when you can do this. Create content that families like. It's non-divisive. It's very, very adaptable across cultures. People love the characters. And then the Nintendo Cinematic Universe is going to exist now for a decade or more, probably more, of just nonstop content, never ending, with companies like Disney and others wishing that they had done something like this. So if you wonder why they're now fast-tracking the Moana movie, the Moana live-action movie, getting ready to make it in October now, start production right away. It was just announced. Hurry, get on the beach. Let's start filming. It's because of Mario. It's because big kahuna companies out there now are looking and saying, whoa, Mario is now the king of animation. Mario is now the king of children's content. And that is because Mario is likable by all. Shocking, I know. Get ready too. The video game characters are coming. Sonic 3, I think they're going to learn some lessons. Although they've been highly successful, there is now a huge, huge bar that they can reach up to because families are going to be more anticipating of video game movies. I love it. And this is one happy video, and I'm happy to give it to you. So tired of all the yuck and the muck of Disney and some of these things they're doing to their franchises. It's so nice, so sunny to talk about happiness. Go Mario, go Nintendo, go Illumination, and I say wahoo to that. Folks, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and you can stick it to the algorithms when you click it. We're talking about that notification bell. Drop a comment down below. I don't want to be just talking to myself. I care about what you all think. I respond, I read them, and your feedback is held preciously here at this channel. Speaking of being held preciously, if you would like to become a member, for the price of a soda, you can get all kinds of exclusive content, and we put you in the driver's seat, helping me pick out topics and selecting questions to go on to videos. So we would love to have you be a member here if you so choose. All right, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Floral, it's time for you to walk the plank.
What? Why?
Cuz you haven't subscribed to WDW Pro yet. Nor bookmark thatparkplace.com on your web browser to get great articles from great contributors.
What?